Welcome to Crypto News. Today is September 4th, 2025, and the top news about cryptocurrencies is as follows. Let's start our episode from America, where we go to the FED, which is organizing a conference on cryptocurrencies. Specifically, the Board of Governors of the U.S. Federal Reserve has scheduled a conference to discuss topics related to stablecoin payments and tokenization. This conference will take place on October 21st. We do not know if they will announce anything important. However, we can expect some serious news. From America, we move to Argentina with something that no one expected. As you know from Crypto News, the Argentine Congress has started reviewing the Libra case file. They have invited 19 executives, and one of them is the founder of Cardano, Mr. Charles, who will go there to give his opinion on the matter. We don't know why he was called, but we do know that he has been called to submit. Moving on to ETFs, we look at Bitcoin ETFs. With full data from September 2nd, we had positive inflows of $332 million. On September 3rd, excluding BlackRock, we had inflows of $10 million. For Ethereum ETFs, BlackRock has been absent for the past 2 days. As a result, on September 2nd, the day closed with outflows of $135 million. And on September 3rd, we are at $113 million. Next, moving on to Treasury coins, we go to TRON Inc, which added $110 million in TRX coins, bringing the total to $220 million. Meanwhile, Treasury, a new company focused on Europe, managed to raise 1,000 Bitcoin. Specifically, it spent 126 million euros to buy these Bitcoins. As it says, it is the first Bitcoin treasury management company to be listed on a major European stock exchange. Finally, we come to TON, which also has a company interested in buying it. Specifically, the biotechnology company Portage Biotech has secured about $100 million to create a fund focused on TON coins. This company also announced that it will be renamed Alpha TON Capital Corporation, and what it will do is collect TON, so another company for TON coin. Moving on to tokenization, we'll go to Galaxy Digital, which is tokenized on the Solana blockchain, and it's another company that's entering the space, and all of these will enter the blockchain. Moving on, we'll go to a wallet that has support for this kind of thing, and we'll go to Trust Wallet, which is a wallet owned by Mr. CZ, who has now announced to us that they're going to release a tokenized version of US stocks and ETFs for their users around the world. Let's say that this integration is being done in partnership with Ondo Finance. And since we're talking about Ondo Finance, let me tell you right off the bat that Ondo Finance issued 100 tokenized shares on Ethereum. And let's say that the negative in the whole thing is that this platform called Ondo Global Finance is only available to investors outside the US, according to the company's announcement, and the reason is regulatory pressure. Moving on, we'll move on to a company run by Mr. Trump's son, American Bitcoin, whose stock has been halted from trading 5 times. Specifically, the Nasdaq halted trading in American Bitcoin shares 5 times on Wednesday as volatility spiked during the stock's debut on the stock exchange. As a result, they were forced to shut it down. In this image here where the red lines are, these are the 5 times the stock has been halted due to volatility and then started up again after a while. To be more specific, this stock went from $7.59 to $13.93 in a matter of minutes, an 83% increase. However, this stock eventually fell to $9.26. Continuing on with Mr. Trump's business, we'll also move on to World Liberty Finance, where we know from previous episodes of Crypto News that he wants to burn coins. And now we know that he has transferred 47 million tokens to a zero address. That is, to an address where if you put your coins in, you can't get them out. So he burns them, essentially taking them out of circulation. Moving on, we'll move on to Ethereum, which if you want to withdraw or stake Ethereum will take you days. The good news for starters is that the queue to stake Ethereum has risen to a 2-year high. As we can see from our chart, the blue line is for deposits, and it has now surpassed the 2024 high on April 16th. So, in simple terms, if you want to stake Ethereum, you'll have to wait in a 13-day and 19-hour queue, while if you want to withdraw, you'll have to wait 14 days and 10 hours based on current data. So patience, everyone. And the latest Ethereum news, we'll be talking about Etherealize, a new company that has built infrastructure to help Wall Street institutions embrace and adopt Ethereum. It has raised $40 million in a Series A alpha funding round. The money will be used to develop zero-knowledge systems, regulatory mechanisms, and applications for fixed income markets with specific tokens. And as we've said at Crypto News, if you want to bring big investors to your chain, the most important thing you need is complete anonymity, because no one wants to be clear about how much money they have and where it's going. And we come to our favorite cryptocurrency market with Bitcoin sitting at $112,000 with the price trying to reach our resistance. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is September 4th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.